Hi there, this is Investing Path, and we will be straightforward with you as we explain to you for today's video on how you can utilize debt for passive income. It could sound like a scam to you. In what way is that beneficial? Basically, what comes to mind when you hear the word debt? Probably not a good thing, like your mounting student loan debt. How much money did you have to take out in order to finance your university education? 20 or 50,000? Or perhaps 100,000 if you attended an Ivy League school. It is disheartening to watch that number rise when you are already struggling to make ends meet. So for today, make sure to watch till the end to use the most out of this video. But before we proceed, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and bell button to stay updated for more of our future uploads. But besides that, let's begin. Everyone told you before the bank gave you $100,000 to go to college, that if you go to college and get high marks, you will obtain a job that will pay for everything. You persevered, finally landed this job, and now some internet jerk is going to teach you how to make money while you are in debt. While it may appear implausible, that is actually what keeps society functioning. Debt is what really drives the economy, not money, not politicians, and certainly not Wall Street. Whoever figures out how to best manage all that debt will not only rule the world, but also reap enormous financial rewards. Those who take on large amounts of debt typically have annual incomes that exceed $1 billion. Nevertheless, we're more interested in how you can profit from it, how you can use it to generate passive income, and how you can convert your debt into an asset that will continue to do so indefinitely. Please indicate your readiness by giving this video a thumbs up before we proceed. A simple question. Why would somebody give you millions of dollars when they could keep that money for themselves? How come they're squandering it on you? A well-known fact. You have no idea how much money they have in the world. Take it from us. The global riches are staggering. Some people have stashed away hundreds of billions in secret offshore accounts. The official count puts the number of Americans with a net worth of at least $1 billion, or roughly 1,000, with a total of 3,311 billionaires across the globe. If you run a secret company and no one has access to your finances, you may be one of these underground millionaires who earn hundreds of millions of dollars annually without anybody noticing. Inflation is slowly but surely wiping off this enormous money that has been stashed away in offshore accounts every day. It is estimated that Apple has over $200 billion stashed away in secret accounts around the world. They will gladly lend it to you if you can show that you can efficiently employ the funds you borrow from them to generate a return that is 2 or 3 percentage points higher than the rate of inflation. Your earnings above 5% are yours to keep at this time when inflation is at least 7% and typically hovers around 9%. Now, we will explain how the amazingly wealthy people put that to use to make a fortune. What comes to mind when you think of Starbucks? Probably not anything unrelated to the coffee trade, right? In fact, the opposite is true. You probably get your daily caffeine fix at Starbucks, but did you know that they also operate as a bank? It is a major financial institution like JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, or Citibank. If you're a regular at Starbucks, you probably have their app installed on your phone. If you pay for your caramel latte with the app, you'll earn stars that you can redeem for free drinks in the future. If you're buying a coffee from them every day, getting one for free once a month is nothing. What is more essential is keeping your money in their wallet so you may accumulate points. As of the end of the year 2022, users have a total balance of $1.5 billion. Though it may not seem like much at first glance, $1.5 billion is more than what the majority of US banks hold in their reserves at any given time. Since you have no intention of demanding a refund, Starbucks is free to spend the money however it sees fit, on advertising, new employees, stock buybacks, or whatever else they see fit. Isn't it brilliant that Starbucks built a business on the premise of borrowing money from customers at zero interest in exchange for giving them a free cup of coffee once a month? Actually, Starbucks is more like a bank than a coffee company, since it pays no interest to people who lend to Starbucks save for a free cup of coffee once a month. It can just lend that money on interest to someone else and leave off the interest it will generate out of it. The wealthy profit from debt in other ways as well. Institutions like banks are preying on regular people like us. Most of us take out a student loan to cover our expenses, and we end up paying interest on that debt for decades. While the banks solely serve the wealthy, those in the top 1% can treat banks as if they were other passive income sources. Just pretend you are Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg or some other really rich guy. The IT firm in which you have a stake is worth hundreds of billions of dollars, and you may own a tenth or 20th of that. You may be a billionaire on paper, but selling those shares would tank the stock price, leaving you less than before. To that end, how about investing some of the money your business makes? Wrong. You can't do that either. Even if your company earns billions of dollars, it must flow that cash back into operations or face a hefty corporate tax of over 30%. What does a tech executive with billions in stocks to do with all that money? You go to the bank and ask for $15 million, but they give you $100 million so you can buy a private aircraft, boat, and a few supercars. In exchange, you'll pledge your stock to the financial institution. Your stock remains in your possession. The bank may only sell it to recover losses if you default on your loan. As long as you pay at least the required minimum interest each year, you are good to go. Your loan's interest rate will only go up a tiny amount because you have a high net worth and the lender doubts you'll default. That is why, despite having so much money already, billionaires still have to take out loans to buy all their fancy gadgets. When Mark Zuckerberg bought his Palo Alto house, he needed to get a mortgage. Elon Musk used loans to purchase his Bay Area residences. Your extravagant lifestyle is funded by increasing your borrowing as the share price rises, all while you pay the bank only the minimal interest due. And since you may deduct these interest expenses from your taxable income, your effective tax rate will be much lower once you begin to turn a profit. And finally, this is the approach that is more likely to be useful in everyday life. You go to a bank and explain that you need to borrow $500,000 so that you can purchase this incredible property. You borrow $400,000 from the bank, putting down $100,000, and then you can buy the house. Currently, rent for this property is 2 times per month. You put in another $50,000 to have it remodeled and furnished, and then you can charge $50 more each month for rent. The rent will bring in enough money to meet the mortgage payment, plus a little extra each month. It is common knowledge that the way you earn money in real estate is to purchase a property for $500,000, renovate it, and then sell it for $700,000. The initial investment and the confidence of financial institutions are all that is required. As for you, you can also establish prosperous business. Currently, financial institutions are willing to offer you what amounts to millions of dollars with no questions asked. If you don't have that much cash on hand, don't panic. Unlike real estate, you may begin investing in the stock market with as little as $1. We know that it can be intimidating to start, but you should keep in mind that it is better to begin with something instead of having nothing. But so far, what are your thoughts about this one? Do you have other tips that you'd like to add on the list of ours? If you do, then go ahead and comment your thoughts down. But besides that, thanks for watching. This is Investing Path, and if you enjoyed watching this video, please don't hesitate to hit the like, subscribe, and bell button to stay updated for more of our future uploads about personal financing and investments for you. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.